In today's video, I brought you guys a bunch of new Blender add-ons that I think you will find interesting. From using the interface efficiently, to modeling, using cameras, terrains, and more. So without further ado, let's jump right in. We're gonna start with a new add-on called Simple M Panel, which tackles a small problem that every Blender user with multiple add-ons has experienced before, and that is a cluttered M panel. So instead of dealing with dozens of vertical tabs consuming your sidebar, this add-on consolidates them into one clean, lightning-fast pop menu. A tiny icon in the 3D view header becomes your gateway to your add-on settings, because Simple M Panel brings instant organization and access to your tools, letting you focus on your work. On the other hand, Shoemaster is another new add-on, but it kinda comes with a new idea, tailored for one niche but an important task, that is designing shoes in Blender. So it addresses a gap for footwear designers and 3D artists by streamlining the process from 2D sketches to 3D models. Version 1, which is currently in beta, focuses on creating the shoe upper with procedural techniques. You see, instead of manually sculpting or modeling complex leather shapes, in addition to stitching, the add-on provides tools like puffy curves and edge stitching that are fully procedural and easy to tweak. This means you can adjust the design, whether it be the pattern of shapes, seamless placements, etc. And you can do that on the fly, without having to start over, which is a huge time saver. From what I can see, if you're crafting a high-fashion sneaker or casual footwear, the add-on can help you produce clean and product-ready models that can look actually good. And because Shoemaster is still in beta, it's offered at a special early adopter price, and the developers are actively seeking user feedback to shape it in the future and make it even better. And even in the beta stage, it is quite powerful. It supports importing 2D patterns, including the XF format, and uses Blender's B-surface for intuitive curve-based modeling. In a nutshell, the add-on can save you hours when it comes to repetitive tasks, creating soles, uppers, and adding decorative elements, which in turn helps you focus on what is important, creating something that looks cool. Next up we have Cut and Wrap, and this add-on was born from a very practical need, that is, converting 2D images into 3D cutouts really fast, especially if you have a lot of them. So if you've modeled things like leaves for trees, decals for a scene, or logos to stick on a product, you know the workflow can be tedious, typically involving manual tracing or alpha masks, but this add-on automates this beautifully, simply because it turns any PNG image with transparency, whether it is a leaf shape, a sticker, or logo, into a trimmed mesh with clean quad topology. So what this add-on promises is that what used to take hours of manual work is now done in just seconds, which in turn can free you from boring repetitive modeling tasks, which personally I think is mind-numbing. And the good thing is that the add-on was created by the artist and developer who got frustrated cutting out hundreds of leaf meshes by hand. So it definitely scratches that itch when it comes to creating environment assets or motion graphic assets. The wrap part of the name comes from its second big feature, which is a custom shrink wrap function for placing these cutouts onto their surfaces. You see, unlike Blender's standard shrink wrap, which can sketch your mesh awkwardly when you move it, the add-on provides a slide cutout option that keeps your decal or leaf sliding smoothly across the target surface without distortion, which is a great thing. This is great for things like wrapping decals around a curved car body or draping leaves onto a tree model. In addition, the add-on is packed with smart options. You can adjust the border offset to give a margin around the image, set the mesh density, subdivision level for the cutout, and even batch process multiple images all at once. The next add-on we're gonna talk about is called Nations in 3D, which is a very different add-on from the ones we mentioned above. Nations 3D is about geography. In essence, this add-on lets you generate 3D geographic maps, I mean maps of countries and territories inside Blender, and you can do that with minimal effort, as you will see. It comes with a library of about 120 plus pre-curated height maps that correspond to real-world nations in addition to their borders, which is a cool thing in addition to being a time saver, especially if this is exactly what you're looking for. So if you want a quick 3D model of a certain country's terrain, or a relief map for an animation or a commercial project, instead of hunting down GIS data and manually displacing a plane, the add-on provides a quick solution. You select the country from the add-ons panel, and it will create the terrain mesh, already aligned to the country's outline and elevation data. This one can be ideal for animators, people who love geography, like in education, science, and so on, or someone who needs a visualization project that requires these kind of needs, essentially creating something that is very accurate in no time. And using the add-on is really straightforward. You can find it in the AMP panel sidebar, where you can choose a country's height map or even import your own custom height maps if you want a specific region. You can then fine-tune the look of the terrain with a multicolor ramp that has 5 adjustable stops. For example, you might color lowlands green, hills brown, and mountains white, in addition to other things. And with the add-on settings, there is a slider for displacement strength, allowing you to exaggerate or minimize the height differences depending on the effect that you want. And under the hood, it automatically applies subdivisions for smoother results, so the terrain doesn't look blocky. Now moving on to scene composition with Cam Guides Pro, which is like having a professional photography and cinematography assistant inside of Blender's camera. You see, compositing a shot in 3D can sometimes feel like guesswork, but this add-on provides 15 plus classic composition overlays to guide your eye. You can toggle on grids and patterns like a roll of thirds, in addition to golden ratio spirals, the Fibonacci spiral, diagonals, triangular compositions, and more, also superimposed on your camera view. It also comes loaded with over 50 aspect ratio presets, ranging from cinematic widescreen to Instagram square to TikTok vertical formats. This means no matter if you're rendering for a film, for YouTube video, or a phone screen, you can frame your scene accurately for that format specifically, with the correct save areas and guides. And the best part is that these guides are interactive. For example, you can click and add leading lines, or set up vanishing points and see them update in real time as you adjust your camera. And from what I can see, each camera in your scene can have its own guide setup, so you can plan different shots within the same file without constantly reconfiguring settings, in addition to other things of course. Under the hood, the add-on is optimized for performance, because it is GPU accelerated and it works in all viewport shading modes. In addition, it offers one-click toggling of all guides for convenience. So with 35 plus ready presets and a simple UI, I think it can help anyone with better framing, from animators to 3D illustrators to ArchViz, cinematic creators, and so on. Last but not least, we have Pselect, which is a new add-on all about making selection in Blender smarter and more organized. So if you've worked on complex character rigs or heavy scenes, you know that selecting the same collection of objects or bones over and over again can be a chore. But this add-on introduces a selection set manager, essentially letting you create and name groups of objects or bones that you can grab with a single click later. For example, you might define a set of characters' left arm controllers, another set for all lights in the scene, and another one for a building's geometry. Anytime you need to select these elements, instead of hunting for the shift-click multiple items, in the outliner, you just choose the set from Pselect's list and boom, they are all selected instantly. It is fast, clean, and visually organized. And you can color code sets for quick recognition and even group sets in a hierarchy, which is useful if you have a lot of them. And honestly, this add-on is a dream for animators and riggers who need to frequently isolate controllers, but it is as handy for scene assembly where you might want to toggle visibility of whole groups all at once. And there you have it, guys. If you are interested in these add-ons, you will find all the necessary links in the description. I hope you guys found this video useful and informative. If you did, please give it a thumbs up. You can also check some of our previous videos. Thank you very much for watching, and I will see you in the next one.